back if you are a returning viewer. Welcome in if this is your first time running across my channel. I do have a couple messages today. Personal readings are open. If you would like to receive a personal reading from me, you can find that information in the description box below. So there feels like there is a lot of background chatter in the energy today, right? Conversations surrounding your name, your likeness, your ability, right? So this can be people from your past who are observing how far you have come from where you've been. This can be people from your future who are looking to bring you into a situation in which they are creating for you. This can be people who are in your present moment, who are just kind of in a state of observation, right? And an admiration of who you are and who you are becoming, right? So again, this is a general message. It is going to resonate for each and every one of you differently. Again, if you would like to have better understanding about how this message resonates for you personally, feel free to book a personal reading. But let's pull some cards and get into the message. So what message do you have for the collective at this time regarding the energy surrounding this message? Help me to articulate a clear and concise message in order for it to be received in the way that you want it to best be received. Help me to see what it is that I need to see to get the message across as clear as possible. And help me to deliver any messages that you deem worthy in order to serve your highest good, for the highest good of humanity with harm to none. What message do you have for the collective at this time? It definitely seems like there's a lot of observation, right? I'm like seeing like people whispering, people in the stands kind of like whispering next to each other, right? So it could be that you are gaining an audience of some sort, right? You're gaining, people are watching and observing who you are, what you're becoming, where you're going, right? There's just an energy of like observation. So let's pull some cards and see what comes out. You have love. Love, change, and empathy, right? With patience at the bottom of the deck. So right, yeah, there's, remember I was talking about that like admiration energy, right? Somebody is definitely admiring who you are, the transformation, right? Like people are watching your shift in real time, right? Like people might be observing you where you're going, right? They're like watching you in the midst of this transformation. You're literally changing right before their eyes, right? And so there, let's just read what's on the cards. I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. I am open to seeing both sides of the situation, and I accept that everything happens in divine order, right? So people are definitely seeing this kind of like slow and steady change, right? They are seeing growth in real time within you, right? They're seeing like a sense of, there's really a sense of like freedom here. It doesn't feel very tense, it doesn't feel like very strong, but it definitely feels like people are admiring you, they're watching you, and they're whispering about the thing. I mean, again, when I say whisper, it doesn't mean that they are literally whispering, but there is just like a lot of conversation happening surrounding your growth, surrounding your change, surrounding who you are as a person, surrounding who you have become as a person based off of the experiences that you have went through in the past, right? There is a shift because change is right in the center, right between these two colors. You see this, the similarities between these two colors. So there's definitely a sense of like forgiveness, there's a sense of openness, and there's, look at the image on this card, right? There's a shift, there's a change happening in more than one area within your life, right? You're growing, you're evolving, you're changing, right? You are, there's, I feel like an embrace, you're embracing something, the growth within something, You're not in a rush, but you have a plan. And I think that the people who are conversing about this situation are really kind of like anxious to see what it is that you come up with, right? It's almost like a what's next energy, right? Let's pull some tarot. But this patience card with this empathy definitely feels like there are no hard feelings. It's just kind of like an admiration, right? They're just kind of like viewing, observing from a different perspective, right? The changes that you're making, the growth that you're experiencing, the way that you're doing things is, it might be a little bit different from what they can understand personally. But there doesn't seem to be anything negative within this energy, at least not at this point in the reading. This love and empathy definitely feels like you have a connection to whoever this is, right? So whoever this is that's watching you, again, it can be more than one person, right? It can be people at your job who are looking to bring you into something, right? It can be people who are looking to work with you in a certain way. It can be friends from your past who are watching you make this shift and make this change. This can be family members who are watching you transform into something outside of the expectations in which they have perceived for you. This literally can resonate for you in any way, right? It can be your neighbors, right, watching you go through a shift. It literally is, it's a general message. Okay, clarify love. But there's like a glow about you that these people are noticing, right? There seems to be like a glowing energy surrounding you. There seems to be a very peaceful energy surrounding you, and there seems to be an abundant energy that just kind of like radiates off of you, right? The Three of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands, again, this is that radiation energy that they're feeling. With the Seven of Pentacles, they are watching your growth in real time, right? They're seeing this shift happen in real time. They're seeing you're connecting yourself, you're putting yourself in different situations outside of maybe what they would have done. Clarify this Three of Pentacles. What is this? Partnerships and connections. This can just speak to, I guess, how they're related to you. Oh, okay. No, they're watching you. Okay. With the Queen of Swords, right? The King of Swords and the Queen of Swords, right? They're watching you connect the dots within your life, right? They're watching you kind of step out of this energy of self-sabotage. They're watching you make hard decisions. They're watching you do the look with the Two of Cups at the bottom underneath the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Swords, I'm sorry. Why did I say Queen of Wands? The Two of Cups. So yeah, there's definitely some sort of like balance that's happening within you, right? Again, we've been talking about the energy recently has been surrounding union, right? Within self, within the 5D, the 3D, the union between masculine and feminine, right? So there's definitely the energy, and then you have that balance here with the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords. That's masculine, feminine energy. That's union with the union underneath the deck, right? So there's definitely an energy of like putting your plans into action, right? It's not just speaking the things that you want to come into fruition, but it's also making the plans and setting forth actions, right? Making decisions, making the hard choices that put you in situations that will propel you towards your growth, right? Putting yourself in situations, putting yourself in connections, placing yourself in scenarios, right? In areas that will ultimately help to create this sense of ease and flow that you're trying to create within your life, right? There is the energy of like ease and flow. There's no resistance in this energy at all. Clarify this Knight of Wands. What is this intense passion? Hmm. The Four Wands. Okay. So definitely people that are connected to you. Definitely people who, again, maybe they can be feeling like a little anxious regarding your growth. The King of Pentacles, right? They can be a little bit, I don't want to say fearful, because it doesn't necessarily feel like fear, but there is a sense of like hesitation. Again, it's not resistance, but there is a sense of hesitation, because whatever it is that you are working on, whatever it is that you're building, whatever it is that you're creating, right, is something that is not necessarily familiar to the people who are observing you, but they're watching you grow within this, and they're seeing that there is potential here, right? Because this change here, this empathy, they are gaining a sense of understanding regarding whatever it is that you are creating, right? So there is a sense of maybe difference in values between whatever it is that you're working towards, or whatever it is that they're seeing you grow within. Again, they can be seeing you grow within a connection. They can be seeing you grow within a job. They can just be seeing you grow within yourself, right? Changing your character, your personality, right? Evolving who it is that you are as a person. But whatever it is that you're growing within, there's definitely something that is not, they don't necessarily have a lot of understanding within it, right? There's definitely a sense of unawareness. There's a sense of hesitation, and there's a sense of like, the card says fear, but it's not necessarily fear. It's almost just like a sense of confusion in maybe how they were and how they perceived something to be. Clarify, change. They're seeing you commit to this, right? They're seeing you definitely stick to whatever this plan is, whatever this guidance is, right? Whatever this strategy is, you are not only committing yourself to it, but you're growing within this aspect, right? So if you are committing to eating healthier, right, they're not only seeing you commit to eating healthier, but they're also seeing you grow within this aspect. So maybe you are creating new recipes to go along with your new healthy lifestyle, right? If this is you working out, maybe they are seeing you not only commit to working out every day, but you're also committing to creating new workout routines, right? Committing to setting a schedule, right? So there's definitely, however this is resonating for you, there's definitely not only are you growing within this aspect, but you have kind of rooted yourself in this energy of growth, in this energy of evolution, and in this energy of change with whatever it is that you're creating. Clarify, change. That's this Four Wands, that sense of commitment, right? And it's almost as if you are definitely enjoying the process, right? Remember I said it's that energy of freedom. So whatever this is that you're growing within, there is this energy of growth within this process that you're experiencing. There's this energy of like celebration. There's this energy of fulfillment that you're experiencing, right? The change on Ten of Wands and the Queen of Cups, right? It doesn't feel like a burden to you. It feels like something that you enjoy doing. It seems like, look, the Two of Cups is back. And now y'all saw me do all that shuffling. And it's back at the bottom of the deck. There's definitely something that it's like, it's almost as if whatever it is that you're growing within is becoming a part of you. I got that message too, but I'm going to do a separate reading for that message because I felt like that message didn't align with this one, but I guess it does. I'm still going to do a separate reading for that because I feel like the reading would be too long if I tried to merge them together. But there's definitely something that you are growing within, that you are finding a sense of fulfillment, right? You're becoming one with whatever this is that you're creating. It is essentially becoming a part of who you are. It's becoming a part of your essence, right? So again, if you're eating healthy, right, it's not just you choosing to drink water, drink more water, and then so that you can have more soda, right? This is you literally changing your ways. You literally growing within this aspect, right? And not only changing yourself within the aspect of like how you like what you eat, but also how you prepare your food, right? Like how many times a day you eat, how often are you eating, um, paying more attention to what it is that you're consuming, right? And also like there's just an energy here of you kind of like expanding. There's an energy of expansion, a sense of growth, right? This Ten of Wands does not feel like heavy responsibility. It feels like a commitment to maintaining something, a commitment to carrying something, right? It's a responsibility, right? You feel like it is your duty. You feel like it is, um, again, your responsibility in order to nurture this, in order to water this, in order to care, in order to evolve in this way, right? So you are not just making these changes because you feel like you have to. This is something that you enjoy doing, right? This is something that you that brings you a sense of fulfillment, right? You enjoy pouring into whatever this change is. You enjoy, maybe it's just a process of change that you enjoy. Maybe it's just a process of evolution. Maybe it's just the process of discovering new parts of yourself, right? Clarify this Ten of Wands. Let's see what this responsibility is. Again, it's almost as like you are learning to trust yourself more within whatever this growth is, right? You're learning to have more faith, right? There's a sense of strength coming in within this energy, right? Where it's building your character, it's making you better, it's making you stronger, right? It's just improving, right? There's massive growth within this energy. Look, the King of Cups, y'all. You cannot make this up. The King of Swords came out with the Queen of Swords. The King of Cups just came out with the Queen of Cups. There's definitely balance, definitely union energy here with the Magician, definitely, right? So it's not just you like feminine energy is a receiving energy, right? It's the energy that receives. Masculine energy is energy that gives, right? It gives life, whereas feminine energy creates life, right? Both are necessary. Neither one can exist without the other, but they both serve different purposes. One gives, one receives. Now, does that mean that the feminine energy does not give? No, but the feminine energy gives a receiving energy, whereas the masculine energy gives a or receives a giving energy, right? So they both work in tandem with each other, and they both obtain the same energy, just in different ways. And so what it is, this responsibility is, again, just you like nurturing, you just like sticking to it, you being firm in remaining committed, right? There's a strong energy of commitment here, a strong energy of growth, right? So whatever this is, it's not just something that, it's not a quick minute project, right? It's not something that is here today, gone tomorrow, right? But this is definitely something that you're passionate about, passionate within, and it just seems like the passion is just continuing to grow within a stronger sense. Let's clarify empathy. We got the Ten of Cups. That's that complete fulfillment. Remember, I just mentioned the emotional fulfillment, whatever it is that you're, look, and then the Knight of Cups with the Temperance card, which is also balance. It also speaks to patience. It's alchemy energy. We just had the Magician at the bottom of the deck, which is also alchemy. It's also creation. It's also balancing your resources, right? Using what you have to make the most out of what you're trying to receive. So again, there's definitely an energy of like fulfillment. Whatever these people are observing is, it's just an energy of fulfillment. It's an energy of peace. It's an energy of abundance. It's an energy of just like overwhelming love and acceptance, right? There's an energy of forgiveness. It's almost as if, like, how can you hate something that's so loving, that's so giving, that is so balanced, right? So it's almost as if you kind of temper things. You again, this is balanced union energy, right? You bring things to a state of peace, to a state of presence. So if things are maybe a little bit are going a little bit too far left, you have the ability to bring things back to the center. And again, if they're going a little bit too far right, you have the energy to kind of bring things back to center. You are balanced. You're in this energy of bringing things to a place of stability, bringing things to a place of safety, making things feel safe and secure. Maybe you're making them feel safe and secure just by observing, right? Just by them observing your growth, you're making them feel safe and secure in their desire to change, because it could be that they're observing you changing, and it could be that you're sparking this sense of inspiration within them to grow and change for themselves, right? So whatever this energy is, you're definitely like right within underneath that the page of wands, right, which is um the energy of the wanderer, the energy of somebody who is looking to discover, right? So again, that's confirms what I just said, like you encouraging them to look, the eight of pentacles, a new opportunity. You encouraging them, look, with the hierophant, commitment, tradition, values. There's definitely something that you are encouraging those around you to explore something a little deeper, to gain a little bit more understanding, right, within themselves, so that they are able to grow and find something new, right? So there's definitely an energy of you kind of shaking things up, right? I'm seeing like sand underneath the water, right? You're like um shaking things up, right? Like unsettling the dust, right? If that makes sense. So if the people who were admiring were in a place of settlement, they were in a place of contentment. I'll use that word. You're definitely causing a spark within them internally, right? Within them spiritually, to kind of discover a new aspect within themselves, right? Discover a new passion, maybe that they were interested in. You could be encouraging them to grow within an area that they were considering but never had the commitment to pursue it within their reality, right? So there's, again, that's you bringing change to them just by being who you are, right? You are bringing that sense of growth to them within, just by being who you are, just by living in your truth, and just by exploring your passions on a deeper level. So let's get 4 cards to close out this message. 1 card for what we can learn regarding the basis of this message. 1 card for what we can create. 1 card for what we should meditate on and focus on regarding this message. And 1 card for how we can innovate these new lessons and focuses into our daily habits and routines. What message do you have for the collective at this time? Close out this message. 1 card for learn. 1 card for what we can learn. You have union of love. Again, the union energy, right? The balance. You are causing a shift. This is your 3D coming into your reality, right? So again, what you can learn from this message is to embrace the love within your heart, right? To look, energy of love at the bottom of the deck. Behold the world throughout the eyes of love, right? So continue to hold your vision, right? This is one of my favorite cards in this deck, right? Just look at the imagery on this card, right? There is a sense of, there's a focal point, right? That you are, there's a sense of awareness that you have, for one, right? And there's also like a sense of guidance that you are following, right? And so the lesson here is to continue to follow this guidance that you are pursuing, right? Continue to maintain in this meditative energy of balance, of um, patience, of not rushing the process, right? Of enjoying watching yourself grow through this change and evolution that you're experiencing at this time, right? One message for what we can create. Dawn of love. Celebrate life at the bottom of the deck. Love is rising on the horizon of your life. So what you can create, again, is just the energy of love. It's the energy of union. It's the energy of balance. You are creating the energy of security. You see how, again, do you see how, like, this, in this card, is the vision, is the perception, is the enlightenment. And in this card, the vision is clear. This is the other side. This to me looks like the other side of this card, right? It is you kind of creating this world with the guidance, right? So what can you create with this message? Whatever it is that you're feeling passionate about, whatever it is that you're feeling called towards, you can create whatever it is that you are feeling passionate about, whatever it is that you feel is healthy enough to commit yourself to, that will encourage the necessary growth and change that you are seeking to experience, right? Becoming the person who you claim yourself to be. One card for what we should meditate on as the focal point of this message. Finding the path. You are the driver and the navigator. Literally clarifying what I just said, and willpower at the bottom of the deck. Committing to your change, committing to your growth, committing to you, right? Committing to who you see yourself as, and not only who you view yourself to be, but how you display that to the world, right? Committing yourself to how you show up, not just for yourself, but to those around you as well, right? One last message for what we can innovate within our daily habits. One more message for what we can innovate regarding this message within our daily habits and commitments. You have do not be frustrated. Heart of the matter at the bottom of the deck. Let go and feel peaceful. Align life's pathways through the heart. So again, that energy of temperance, that energy of patience, right? Don't be frustrated, but enjoy the process. Because again, it's not going to be smooth sailing. It's not going to be a straight and arrow path. There are going to be challenges. There are going to be tribulations. There are going to be things that you will have to overcome in this process. But this energy is just saying to create the energy of grace. Create the energy of gratitude within yourself, right? So that you are able to maintain this vision that you're working towards. You're able to maintain this commitment to your growth. You're able to maintain the commitment to what it is that you are transforming within your life, right? But that is the message that I have for you guys. I hope that it resonated. Bye.